What's up, y'all? Um, I'm gonna just jump right into it. Today's title is "Why You Wouldn't Have." I'll make sure I spelled it right. Why you wouldn't have been on the ark? Why you wouldn't have been on the ark? Sounds bad, doesn't it? I know. Believe me, I know. Missing a whole folder, huh? It's weird. It's not showing my it's not showing my videos. Okay. Yeah, it's weird because I save them to this drive, and I just verified they were on the drive, and then when I put this on my computer and open the drive up, I don't see the folder. It's just weird. Like I don't see. It doesn't make any sense. All right. What's up, y'all? I'm just trying to verify something real quick. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, that's weird. I don't even see the folder on here anymore. That's crazy. That's crazy, y'all. Let me see. Nope. The whole folder is gone. Unless I deleted it. This is crazy. Doesn't make any sense. I just verified all of these on here. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, let me just try to do it now real quick. Don't make any sense. Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But today's title is Why You Wouldn't Have Been on the Ark. Why you wouldn't have been on the ARK? What's up, y'all? This is crazy. What's up, a goddess Navi, Jay Walt, Ross Witty, Lisa, DB, Stanley. What's up, Mika? What's up? Um, the new Michaela. Yeah, okay. So okay, so and it's crazy because all those videos are showing up on here doubled. It's crazy, man. All these videos are showed up on here. I wish I could just show y'all right here. Y'all can just see they're all on my phone right here. Hopefully it works this time. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we go. I got them. I apologize for that, you all, because I don't know what happened. Um, but I want to start off with this.
Status. Shue has never been able to go to school. Shue has never.
But before I get started, and I want to welcome you all today. But before I get started, um, I was thinking, and this may sound controversial, but I don't believe 99% of this stuff happened. I believe that if you can have a narrative and have a couple of pictures and have a couple of people constantly say it, you can make something a reality. And I really am talking about this whole slavery narrative. Um, and I say that because, again, we've seen in real time these people lie about the Peter pandemic and the Great Reset and all this stuff in real time. We've watched them switch and flip in real time. So again, if history looks back on this time, do you think they're going to talk about also they really did or the propaganda stuff? They're going to talk about the propaganda stuff when they look back on history, not the real history. So if we see in real time how much they've lied in the present, could you imagine how much they've lied about over centuries? Like lies getting retold and retold and retold and retold. And so I honestly don't believe 99% of it. And I don't believe it mainly because I said last week about the fruit. What has been the benefit of telling Black people that they were either the first or oppressed? What has been the result? And I ask this question because those are the fruits. So this whole push is for Black people to get to know their history. This is the foundation of Black people knowing their history. This is what everybody wants, Black people to know who they are. With all this information, with all this research has been done, with all these folks talking, and Black people still are confused about it, it's just hard to believe. It's just hard to believe. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So, and I understand people always say, well, why you talk about black people all the time? And I know folks say this, and I don't have to. Like, I don't have to talk about black people at all. I can just talk about what's going on, and the audience will say that's them. But I want to go back to this history thing. God is always talking about your future. Like God's always in the planning, talking about your future and what He has planned for you and what's to come and all. God's always talking, looking forward. But guess who's always looking back? Guess who's always focused on the past? It's Satan. And the reason why Satan focuses on the past so much because you can't change it. It's already set in stone. So if Satan can get somebody to live in the past, he can get them to essentially be stuck in time. So I listen to all these people, and their main goal is to get black people to know their history. I thought about it today and I said, that's Satan. Because what they're really saying is they're saying, we want you to live in the past because the future is uncertain. If you think about it, these people never talk about the future. They only talk about the past. But it's a reason. Because if you can be stuck in the past, then you can't be in the present or in the future with God. Because the past, what is in the past? What did Christ tell the rich guy? Let the dead. He said, I got to go bury my father. He was like, come follow me. He's like, I got to bury my father. He said, let the dead bury the dead. So all this focus on history is really spiritual, and it's really satanic, because what these folks are saying is that your destiny, your paradise lies in the past. And you think about it, there's always a reference to the past to how great black people were or are. Even the present reference goes back because they'll always say the ancestors or what you did. And it's really a satanic and demonic spirit because they don't want you to focus on the things of the future. And I was thinking about this today and I said, this is crazy. They got people living in the past, and most folks living in the past have actually never even lived in the past. Most people talking about the past didn't actually live. Do you notice that the majority of people talking about the past never lived in that past? So you got a bunch of people, the folks that lived in that past don't talk as much about the past as the folks that are in the present. That's how you know it's Satan. That's how you know it's Satan. Satan is focused on your past because it's already set in stone. It's already done. This is why God doesn't deal with condemnation. Satan deals with condemnation because it's over. The law said if you break one law, you break all of them. If you break one law, you're guilty of all of them. Goodness. What is the consequence for breaking all the laws? Death. And you wonder why the law is a curse. History and the past are supposed to be teachers, right? They're not supposed to be lived in. It's not supposed to be a lived experience. But what Hollywood has done And what the media has done is they've managed to make you believe that the past is actually the present. So the whole propaganda is to shape what you see today to make it look like it's 1935, to make it look like it's 1832. Let me start with an article. Let you know what I mean. Hope y'all can see it. You see this picture? Okay. You see this picture right here on the screen? You all can't see it, but I can put it on Instagram. Now, this painting was painted in 1650. This painting right here was painted in 1650. What do you notice about this painting? They have what you would call the pale person and the brown person looking like equals. She's not her slave. They're dressed the same. They could be friends. Why would someone paint this in 1650 when they've told you that during that time period they thought that black people were animals? Hold on. Hold on. I said your name. I thought it was Michaela. Is it Michaela or not? Which one is it? But anyway, okay. So, but this painting was in an article. The article is entitled "A 17th Century Double Portrait of Black and White Women Said to Be of Outstanding Significance Will Remain in the UK." Now, why would this painting be of outstanding significance? This article can be found on ArtNet. Artnet.com. It says the rare artwork, which offers fresh insight into race and gender in the 1600s, will go on public display in 2024. A remarkably unique 17th century double portrait depicting a black and white woman side by side as equals will remain in the UK. It was announced today it is due to go on display for the public next year. The painter of allegorical painting of two ladies has not been identified, but the work has been dated to around 1650 and loosely attributed to the English school of that period. It surfaced at auction in 2021 and found a buyer who was planning to take the work overseas before the UK government temporarily barred its export in the hope of saving it for the nation instead. Now, imagine this painting, which shouldn't be a big deal, but the government said, you can't export this painting. We want to hang it up. Remember what I said? In 2020, the seal got taken off. 2020 is symbolic of perfect vision, perfect eyesight, being able to see. This is what 2020 was symbolic of. So in 2020, the lid that was over the truth, it got taken off. So now the truth will be in your face. You're not gonna be able to say you don't know. These folks getting on TV with, you can tell they got a mask on. These folks just saying one thing on one day, doing it like that. These people let it all out. Everything is getting exposed now because the truth, whatever seal was covering the truth, has been taken off. So 2020 was the year that the truth got revealed. This painting was discovered in 2021. Think about it now. This painting been around since 1650, but it just got discovered at an auction in 2021. You know why? Because in 2020, they took that seal off the truth. Now they got to reveal the truth. Now, what the devil's going to do is the devil's going to reveal the truth, but the goal is for you all and me not to have any rights. So by the time they reveal the truth, it won't matter because we won't be able to do anything. That's the goal. The goal is to torture you with the truth instead of freeing you, because the Bible says the truth will free you. But their goal is to have you in bondage and then show you the truth so it can be tortured. Let me continue reading. It has now been acquired by the historic mansion Compton Verney for its art gallery in Warwickshire, England. The two companions are shown with strange markings on their faces, which would have been recognizable to contemporary audiences as beauty patches. The practice dates back to Roman times and was often a way of covering up scars and blemishes. It appears, however, the moralistic painting is condemning the vanity of the women, as an inscription above their heads refers to the use of patches as a sin of pride. So not only is this artist showing you these women as equals, but the artist is also showing you that this is pride. This is pride. Now, ironically, I've been talking about pride, and this artist is talking about pride among the people, but more specifically, he even puts the pride on the brown girl. Not just the white, Caucasian woman, but also the brown woman. So let's keep going. The presentation of the black woman as an adult who is not in a position of subservience, but instead wears a similar style dress to her companion, was highly unusual at this time. The painting will therefore also be an invaluable document for the study of race and gender in the 17th century England. So these people believe that this painting was rare, but they also believe that it was accurate because they want to study it. Listen now, this is how they talk. They're telling you that it's rare, not even rare. They said it unusual at this time, but we want to study it because it's accurate. So now we have black and white on the same page in 1650 in England at a time period where they were telling you that you were supposed to be considered not even a human being. The UK was able to prevent the work from permanently leaving the country thanks to the judgment of the Reviewing Committee on the Export of Works of Art and Objects of Culture Interest, the RCEWA, which advises the government on whether works are of national importance They found the painting to be of outstanding significance. So this already proves that this painting is an interpretation. Now, you know, a person bought this painting. So they had to pay this person for their painting. So the government was willing to spend money to get this painting. This painting that shows the black woman and the white woman on the same page. Now, why would the government do that? Why would the racist UK government want to immortalize this painting of black and white being equal? Why would the racist UK government, that's known for a lizard world family and known for slavery and known for all these bad things, pillaging and plundering the world, why would they want this painting to remain in England so they can hang it up in a museum, and not just hang it up, but study it? Not just study it. They're saying that this painting can help them understand race and gender in 1650. Let's continue. They said it was of outstanding significance. The painting will delight audiences and encourage debate about and research into race and gender during the period, commented the chair of the committee, Andrew Hauser, KC, in a press statement. Well, we know what he is. The Hausers in this. Anyway, Compton Vernay purchased the work using 304,534 pounds from its collection settlement, and with the help of two grants, 154,600 pounds and which is $196,000 from the National Heritage Memorial Fund, and further 50,000 pounds, which is $64,000 from the VA Purchase Grant Fund, is scheduled to undergo conservation work with help from specialists at Yale. So these folks had to go round up some money to get this painting because they had to pay the person that they bought the painting. Now, why would these people invest so much into one painting? Why would they invest so much into one painting? And also, how does this show about gender? You got the black and the white woman on the same page, and you got them talking about gender and race. What does this sound like? Sounds like feminism. It sounds like feminism. That's exactly what it sounds like. Feminism. Wouldn't it be crazy if they got on TV and said black women and white women had the same status? I know when I was what's up, Todd? What's up, Angel Wings? What's up, D Ice Cold Wolf? What's up, Neek? Um But when I was in I went to the slave castles. I think they were in Ghana. But in the slave castle, they told us that if a person from Europe, Dutch, whatever, had a child with a slave, that child was considered whatever that country was. So if the person that had sex with the slave was from England, and the child was English, and the children that were all biracial all got to stay in a mansion with the other people's children. So the white children and the half white, half slave children all had the same status. They all were taught the same. They learned. So the biracial slave children never stayed with the slaves. They all went to go stay in this mansion that if you go to that castle, it's this big red mansion. But anyway, my point in bringing this up is that the history that we have been given has been a lie. And it's been a lie because what fruits have learning about history produced? The fruits have been death, destruction, and damnation. So I don't have to get deep. I don't have to say, well, it wasn't true. And it's not true because we see the results. The results of Black people learning their history has literally been death, destruction, and damnation. Let's get into these videos.
Shue has never been able to go to school, and she cannot receive state medical care. Her everyday life is a constant struggle.
I think I'm really different to other people my age. My life is totally different to theirs. They have an identity. They can go to school, have friends, teachers. Me, I have nothing.
Unfortunately, Shue's story is very common. She is one of the Black children, born in spite of the one-child policy.
Now, in China, if you're considered Black, and again, she's Chinese, but she's called Black. I keep telling you all that being Black has nothing to do with skin color. This is why you can't even trust Black history, because that means that Black history isn't based on skin color. This young lady is considered Black in China. Now, what's the difference between her being Black in China and y'all being Black in America? Who knows the difference? I'll play it again so we can hear what happens.
Shue has never been able to go to school, and she cannot receive state medical care. Her everyday life is a constant struggle.
I think I'm really different to other people my age. My life is totally different to theirs. They have an identity. They can go to school, have friends, teachers. Me, I have nothing.
Unfortunately, Shue's story is very common. She is one of the Black children, born in spite of the one-child policy.
So, let me stop this brief message. This is from Angel. Hi, chat. I'm trying out this new thing, and you all can let me know how you feel. If you like to tip your moderators, you can do so here. A Goddess Navi and a Hughes Forever. Yes, you all should. Matter of fact, don't give me any badges or anything, super stickers. Y'all can give those to a Goddess Navi and Angel, so y'all can tip them. Don't send it. Anything you want to give, just give to them today. Now, I know I got super stickers already, but if anybody wants to give me any other ones, give it to them. They have their Cash App on the screen. And thank y'all for being moderators. But what's the difference between the young lady in China being Black and Black folks in America being Black? Somebody said parents, society. Somebody said socioeconomics. I see a good answer. Prudence Parlay said actual racism. The difference between Black folks in America being Black and Chinese people in China being Black is that when you're in China and you're Black, you are actually oppressed. This girl doesn't have anything. You can be Black in America and be a billionaire. You can't be Black in China and be a billionaire. You can be Black in America and riot and protest and loot and do all that, not in China. Ain't no social media for her to get on. Ain't no street to march down. There's no business to destroy. She don't have any kind of rights. She is seen as a literal outcast. Matter of fact, they're telling her you don't even exist. You're a black child because you don't exist, because you were born in defiance of communism. You don't even exist. This is actual oppression, not what black folks are talking about. This young lady is in China, and when she's black in China, she has no rights. She's not even seen, forget being seen as human. She's not even seen as actually a entity, a being. She ain't even seen as an animal. Let's play one more time. Let's start over.
Shue has never been able to go to school, and she cannot receive state medical care.
She's never been able to go to school, and she's never been able to receive state medical care. Name me one black person in America that has experienced that. None. There's no black person. So off the first two things that she can't do while being black in China, black folks have never experienced in this modern era. They've never experienced this. Black folks have not been able to go to school, and black folks have never not been able to receive medical care. I'm not talking about slavery. I'm talking about now. In the last 100 years, black folks have had access. This is 2023. She don't have any access to none of this. Let's continue.
Her everyday life is a constant struggle.
I think I'm really different to other people my age. My life is totally different to theirs. They have an identity. They can go to school, have friends, teachers. Me, I have nothing.
Now, she said they have an identity. They can have friends, go to school, teachers. I have nothing. This is what it means to be black in China. Now, what's funny to me is you see how she's talking. She ain't said she's oppressed. She hasn't said she's a victim. She ain't demanded from the government. This is how real oppression looks. When you're really oppressed, you don't have all that spunk. Your mouth ain't that fly. You don't have energy to get up and go tear people's stuff up. When you're really oppressed, you're doing what she doing in a dark room, talking about she wished she had teachers and a friend. This is real oppression. Black folks not oppressed, and I honestly doubt they ever have been. Y'all, black people have too much pride and too much pep in their step to be oppressed. This is what oppression looks like. In a room by yourself, telling the world, I don't even have an identity. Let's continue.
Unfortunately, Shue's story is very common. She is one of the black children, born in spite of the one-child policy and living illegally. Since it was implemented more than 3 decades ago, the law has prevented 400 million births. For some, it's a necessary control in the most populous nation on earth. But for others, it's a social injustice.
There are many people in China, but this policy doesn't control the population. It's just there to control the poor, those who don't have any power.
Now, do you see? Now, I wish y'all could see how these people look. Angel, I'm gonna put this post back up. I'm gonna put it back up. I wish y'all could see, those not on YouTube, I wish you all could see these people's demeanor. This is what oppression looks like. You're in a one-room shack at a desk with no lights. That is oppression. Driving around in a Rolls Royce Wraith talking about white people is not oppression. Being in the middle class, upper middle class, talking about you oppressed is not oppression. Snatching microphones from deans of colleges is not oppression. This is oppression. Black folks have too much pep in their step. They have too much spunk. They have too much ego. They have too much pride to be oppressed. This is what oppression looks like. The fight is gone. There is no fight. These people are showing you what oppression is. And I don't care if y'all get mad watching this replay, because you know and I know it's true. Black folk was able to get on every kind of public space and talk about the president, i.e. Donald Trump, with no consequence. Black people were able to get on every public space and talk about Donald Trump with no consequence. The actual sitting president. These people over here are black just like you, but for some reason, they're behaving a lot different. For some reason, your blackness comes with power. Your blackness is beautiful. Your blackness is a badge of honor, but their blackness is shame. Their blackness is oppression. You see the difference? You see the difference when it's real versus when it's fake? You see, when it's real, ain't nobody really talking about it. You got to go into the shack to talk to them because they wouldn't dare go out in the streets and voice their opinion because they don't want to die. See, when it's real, I told y'all, black folks are silent. When it's fake, black folks are in the street with bullhorns talking about we shall overcome. So let's continue.
People who have money and influence can have children. They can pay the fine. They buy their children.
Experts warn discrimination suffered by so-called black children could end up threatening society.
If the government continues to punish them and not give them identity cards, the black children may resort to crime. They may become burglars.
Now you notice these folks have been enduring this for decades and they're still obeying the law. The term is called hayahaze. 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 I think that's how you say it. Hayahaze. The term is called hayahaze or black child, a term applied in China. The term denotes children born outside of the one-child policy or generally children who are not registered in the National Household Registration System. Thank you, Jahan, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. But as we see, the Hayahajis are really oppressed. Black folks in America are able to do what they want to do. Black folks in America can literally do, black folks in America can be the CEO of a company and still say they're oppressed. But we see real oppression here. I'm going to go back over this one more time. Katie said, do not use Cash App right now. They are charging double and not responding to complaints. Y'all might want to hold off on the Cash Apps. Katie's saying they're charging double. So somebody, Tia said, she's what Kissinger was referring to when he labeled people useless eaters. It's 100% true, trust me. Well, you all heard it, so you might want to hold off on the Cash Apps. to Angel and a goddess Navi because they may be charging you, they may charge you double. You know, it's really a scam. They charge folks double, use that money to invest in something, make money off of it, then pay everybody back. It's really a hustle. Just like when the bank would take off like 1 cent or 2 cents, people don't even notice it. People getting rich off of that. Just taking off 1 cent or 2 cents off the people getting rich. It's all a scam though. But anyway, let's play one more time.
Legal status, Xue has never been able to go to school and she cannot receive state medical care. Her everyday life is a constant struggle.
I think I'm really different to other people my age. My life is totally different to theirs. They have an identity. They can go to school, have friends, teachers. Me, I have nothing.
Unfortunately, Xue's story is very common.
Now, when it comes to the black children in China, they all share the same experience. That's what makes it systematic. All the black children suffer the same fate. But in America, it's not the case. In America, what a black child experiences varies from child to child. You know why? Because it's not systemic. If it's systemic, everybody would experience the same thing. A Big Mac is a Big Mac. You go to McDonald's, it's a Big Mac no matter where you go. Two non-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. That's a system. What y'all are talking about is a poor attitude towards life. This young lady doesn't have any rights. She's not even seen as a human being. She's not even seen as anything. She don't even exist to the government. And yet, no black fists, no marches, no protests, no I demand my rights, no fight in her, just as calm. And except, you know why? Because it's real. When it's real, all that rah-rah stuff is gone. When it's real, all of that rah-rah up and down the street, we shall overcome, Black Lives Matter, fists in the air, we're going to take down systemic racism, we're going after the, all that's an act, it's a show. Real oppression looks like this. You in a one-room shack, one window with your parents, and y'all sitting there not bucking at all. Just happy to tell your story without a smile, I might add. They ain't smiled one time in this clip. Y'all be out there protesting, talking about you fighting injustice, but y'all be smiling, taking pictures, twerking on police cars and ambulances. Let's continue.
She is one of the black children, born in spite of the one-child policy and living illegally. Since it was implemented more than 3 decades ago, the law has prevented 400 million births. For some, it's a necessary control in the most populous nation on earth. But for others, it's a social injustice.
There are many people in China, but this policy doesn't control the population. It's just there to control the poor, those who don't.
Yeah, it's there to control the poor. Y'all do realize that the majority of the world is impoverished. The quote-unquote struggle that folks think they have, the most of the world is impoverished. When y'all leave outside of America, y'all leave as tourists. Y'all don't go to them other countries and live off the land like they do. Y'all wouldn't do it. If y'all had to go to Africa and live off the land, y'all wouldn't do it. There would be no appeal in Africa if y'all couldn't take US dollars over there. But there's going to come a time when that US dollar is going to be worth nothing. Then what y'all going to do? I bet y'all don't leave then. I bet when that US dollar is worth nothing, y'all will not leave this country. How much you want to bet? Let's continue. Oh, thank you again, Jahan, for the super sticker. Thank you, Idris, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. Let's continue.
don't have any power. People who have money and influence can have children. They can pay the fine. They buy their children.
Experts warn discrimination suffered by so-called black children could end up threatening society.
If the government continues to punish them and not give them identity cards, the black children may resort to crime. They may become burglars.
Now, what I'm telling y'all is this been going on for decades. And the people that are the black children, now you know if you have a black child in China, you as the parents gonna suffer too. So the whole household suffers. When you had that child out of that one child policy rule, when you had a child out of that one child policy, everybody got punished. So what I'm telling you is, why haven't the people in China who don't have any rights, who are the black children, why haven't they protested, rioted, and looted and fought for their rights? You all believe that they're not cut like you all are cut. They're not strong like you. That's not the case. It's actually real oppression. It's real oppression over there. When it's fake, you can do a hashtag on social media. When it's fake, you can cuss the police out. When it's fake, you can go to your job and cuss the manager out. When it's fake, you can be late 100 times and sue the company because they fired you. When it's fake. But when it's real, you in a shack somewhere in the mountains with no food and no lights and no water. That's real oppression. Black folks got too much pride, too much pep in their step, too much spunk to be oppressed. This is real oppression. Being a Hayashi. A Hayashi is a black child, is a term for a black child in China. The term denotes children born outside of the one-child policy, or generally children who are not registered in the National Household Registration System. So I just wanted to show you all real oppression versus what y'all talking about, because y'all ain't oppressed. Ain't no way. Because these folks ain't on TV. These folks don't have shows and podcasts to talk on. These folks, again, are in a one-room shack with no electricity. They don't have a platform to talk on about how racist America is. They don't have the luxury to do that because they'll get their head knocked off, i.e. executed. That's real oppression. Let's continue. Let's do some of these comments. I'm trying to get down here. Shelly Day says she was literally oppressed physically, mentally, and you can tell, and spiritually, you can tell. Do y'all understand that when you're really oppressed, you don't have that kind of fight? You don't have that fight. All these revolutions that y'all have seen where the poor rise up have been orchestrated. When you're really oppressed, your spirit is broken. Y'all telling me black folks was enslaved for hundreds of years and then left slavery and started building colleges. It don't add up. It doesn't add up. Because when somebody's oppressed, they're defeated. This has been going on for decades. These folks are cut off from every resource that society would offer. They don't have any fight. The fact that y'all got to spunk and fight and want a buck lets me y'all ain't oppressed. Because when it came to that shot, y'all didn't buck. When it came to that shot, y'all went and got in line. That shot was real oppression. That was oppression. You said y'all acted? Y'all said, okay. I'm going to just stick out my arm. I don't care what's in it. That's what y'all did when it was real oppression. When it was fake, y'all was in the streets tearing up stuff for George Floyd, the dope fiend, and the assaulter of our black queens. Black queen said with much sarcasm. Shelly Day says they will be under the great reset by Klaus Schwab coming up in 2030. They're already there. What's up? DMW Shots 24. Shelly Day, what's up? Casually Conservative, what's up? Katie with the don't use the Cash App because they're gonna double charge you and invest that money and make money off of it and give it to you about 6 months later. Shelly Day said all that will be over soon to be every man for himself. I know that's right. That's right. There will be a gotta have skills and live off barter system soon to come. Yes. Casually Conservative, that Hashitashi 5000. Dido lead Nonki as does first oppression accuracy vary depending on the observer and the target being observed. No, I think oppression is oppression. I think if you're really oppressed, you're going to show signs of oppression. And a sign of oppression is not trying to achieve more. It's just not. I'm sorry. That the civil rights movement, all that stuff was orchestrated. So it wasn't real. The signs of oppression are low self-esteem, poor outlook on life, poor self-worth. You don't have that kind of fight. Now, maybe if you go to God's word, you might have a fight, but just to muster up something, no, that's very few and far between. Most of the folks that rise up and buck get their head knocked off immediately. So no. A scarlet letter of sorts implemented by the government, exactly. Goddess Navi says, you see it all in her that her spirit's broken. I sent her a virtual hug. Exactly, because you can tell by their demeanor that they're actually oppressed. Black folks talking about they bossing up and boss chicks and all that, kings and queens. When you oppressed, that ain't your language. When you are really oppressed, you wouldn't even dare to say you was a king or a queen. You don't want to get your head knocked off. But let's continue. Let's continue. I got a funny story. Now let me do this. Let me stay serious.
2 weeks, we've been warned. There's going to be darkness. We're almost at a point of grid collapse. It's a reality that South Africans must know, that we're heading to darkness, and ANC politicians are continuing business as usual, as if we are not in a crisis. We are in a deep, deep, deep crisis. Cell phone networks will not work. Water, even if we have it, we won't receive it because it needs electricity. Nothing is going to function. We're heading for a disaster worse than what COVID was. No one will go to work. The dead will have to be buried the same day because there will not be fridges to keep them. No generator is meant to operate 24 hours. Generator is an intervention for a short while. Even those who have generators will not be saved from the mess we are going into. We warned you. We went to the streets because we knew this was coming.
I don't know how we can support these. I just found what these people is even going on today about these people being called black, and basically they're called black in China because they don't have an identity. They're not recognized by the government, so they're just like they're nothing, a black void. This is why language is very important. Casually Conservative says, but I don't know how we can help them, but we can at least pray for them. I don't know how we can help them because China is its own beast. I know believers over there have to gather in secrecy in the mountains and in caves and stuff. They don't have, there's no freedom. Casually Conservative said, Chinese cat told me today he feels communism is mostly good. Communism, the vantage point of communism is where your social status is. So if you in China and you in the upper class and you got money, communism ain't that bad. But when you on the bottom looking up, it's slavery. So yeah, anybody telling me that communism is good has to be in some kind of financial situation where they don't, yeah. And then my question, my thing would be, if communism is so good, why are you over here? If communism is so good, why are you over here? I know during 2020, I saw them Chinese folks protesting. Matter of fact, they've been protesting since 2020. They've been protesting since 2020. The more social media becomes available, the more folks realize, oh, it's other folks fighting too. You know, but yeah. Oh, he said a George Floyd scenario would have never made it mainstream. Oh, of course not. You can't, because when you under communism, you don't need that kind of propaganda. This is the beauty. This is how you know America's not oppressed. It's because they spend so much, America's not oppressive, because they got to spend so much time trying to convince you that you are oppressed. In China, they ain't got to do that. In China, people get snuffed out every day. In China, the workers at the Apple factory, they locked them folks in the apartment as the building was burning because they didn't want the Peter pandemic to spread. They let them people burn up in that building in China. They let them folks burn up in that building because they didn't want the Peter pandemic to spread. That's China. That could never fly in America, ever. How the Chinese people get treated, you can't show me that here in America, black folks getting treated. You can't show it to me. You cannot show me how Chinese folks are treated in China by their own government, that American government do black folks the same way. It's not, it ain't even close. It's not even close. Them black folks in China ain't on TV. Them black folks in China ain't dropping albums. They not modeling. They ain't doctors. They ain't lawyers. They don't have shows. They ain't balling. Them black folks in China is in utter squalor with no rights and no access to anything the government is offering. My mom said that you said they are going to cut off the power and the internet, and that hurricane is coming. That is very spooky. Man, listen to me. When Klaus Schwab hit the switch, they gonna cut that heart machine on, and it's not only gonna be hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. So they gonna have these people running around here frantic. Also, right. No pride parade in China either. All this trans and pride and all that, they ain't going on either. Because see, once you under communism, all them groups go away. Because all the communists control all the black power struggle, the climate change, the feminism, the LGBTQ, the trans, all them movements are controlled by the communists. Once y'all under lockdown, them movements finna go away. Y'all finna be the same. The only separate groups are going to be the transhumans. Because eventually the transgender is going to be put in a group with everybody else. No, they're not black people in China. They're Chinese people called black. They're Chinese people that are called black. That is their status in Chinese society. And guess what? They're actually oppressed. But you heard what Julius Malema just said. Let's play it again.
In the next 2 weeks, we have been warned, there's going to be darkness. We're almost at a point of grid collapse. It's a reality that South Africans must know, that we're heading to darkness, and ANC politicians are continuing business as usual, as if we are not in a crisis. We are in a deep, deep, deep crisis. Cell phone networks will not work. Water, even if we have it, we won't receive it because it needs electricity. Nothing is going to function. We're heading for a disaster worse than what COVID was. No one will go to work. The dead will have to be buried the same day because there will not be fridges to keep them. No generator is meant to operate 24 hours. Generator is an intervention for a short while. Even those who have generators will not be saved from the mess we are going into. We warned you. We went to the streets because we knew this was coming.
So this is Julius Malema telling you all what's to come. And this is why I've been telling black people for the past 3 years that none of this has ever been about race. None of it's ever been real. The goal of all of this was to get you to believe that when this moment comes, you don't have any other choices but to submit. You don't have any other options but to submit. That's the purpose of all this propaganda. The purpose of all this propaganda is when this moment comes of total collapse, you don't have any other choice but to do what these people say do. That's the goal. Thank you, Sneakerhead, for the super sticker. Michela said he's stating the truth while the news in America has your focus on something that will not matter, like a submarine. That I don't even believe any. Listen, man. Ain't nobody wasn't nobody on that submarine. I don't believe it. When I heard the story, I said, "Man, it's foolish." Brenda says South Africa is on the verge of collapse. Again, the whole purpose of all this propaganda is that when this moment comes, you tell yourself, I don't have any other options but to do what they say do. That is the purpose of all of it. Your nationality is not going to save you. Your religion is not going to save you. Your social status is not going to save you. Your money is not going to save you. None of the stuff that folks are putting stock in now is going to save them. The only person that will be able to save you is the Messiah, Yeshua, Christ, Emmanuel, Son of God, Jesus. None of this stuff is going to work. When them tanks are coming down the street, they're not going to ask if you're a Hebrew Israelite or a Moor. They're not going to ask you if you're Republican or Democrat. When those tanks are coming down the street, they're not going to ask you what you identify as. If you stay in that street, you will identify as tank roadkill. You identify as flattened, identify as ran over. When they cut these lights off, you're going to see the people's true nature. You're going to see the most cowardly of the cowardly, and you're going to see the bravest of the brave, and you're going to see the wickedest of the wicked. You're going to see all the extremes of the people. Because adversity does not build character. Adversity reveals it. Adversity reveals it. This is why most people, 5 billion people, took the smokes, aka the poke, aka the jab, aka the shot that does more than get you tipsy. Or you're saying that Julius Malema supporting the LGBTQ movement? I don't know. I got to look that up. But let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Y'all remember that boy, there's been a viral video of a guy just beating up a woman in Philadelphia, and then her son goes to the car and grabs a gun and shoots him. For some reason, that story seems fishy to me. I don't know why. I'm having a hard time believing this is real, just because it just doesn't. I don't know, man. It just didn't seem real to me. But let me go to this first right here.
More expensive than gold is that melanin our people are voluntarily eradicating. Wake up.
Melanin is more expensive than gold right now per gram. $463 a gram.
A gram go $40 a gram.
You see what I'm saying? So look, check this out. So 460, you have 150 trillion cells in your body. Each trillion cells in your body have melanin particles and melanin fragments in it. You are a walking gazillionaire.
God damn.
So look, so now it makes sense why we coming up missing.
We're
coming up missing, and we missing the organs that have most of the melanin in it. You have more melanin in your heart and in your internal organs than you have in your skin, and they are taking it, man. That's why you see we are missing. Where is all the black men going? Have y'all ever Googled the statistics of how many black women get abducted and they never find them a year? Like, y'all should whip out y'all phones and start looking up this up, man. It will blow your mind. Start testing what I'm saying. Black women that's coming up missing worldwide, and then they're turning up with their organs missing. Black men turning up missing worldwide.
So my question is, why they got you? Why haven't these powers that be snatched you up? You out here awakening the people, giving them all this information, talking about how much melanin is worth and all this. Why ain't they snatched you up? Y'all ever notice that the people that know all the conspiracies about what's going on never get bothered by the government? Why is what he's saying not making him a threat or a target? His social media is not demonetized. He ain't shadow banned. He's telling you all secrets, dark secrets of what the government, i.e. the global elite, are doing. He's giving y'all the game. He's shedding light to you all. And his accounts are thriving. How is it possible? If this man is telling you all the truth, then why haven't they snatched him up? Why isn't he in a room right now and they're torturing him? Asking him, who does he know? Who has he been talking to? Why is he able to walk around freely with no security? If he given so much good game and so much information, why is he not being bothered? Why are his accounts not affected? Why is his life not threatened? Why is he not paranoid? Why is he so comfortable? If what he's saying is going to free the people, then why are they not bothering him? Come on. Somebody said because that would validate him. False. There have been plenty of people that got popped. That one doctor that just died. Now, it's funny that that doctor, they took him out. Who's that one doctor, y'all, that just passed away that said if something happened to me, he said they poisoned me. Who's that one doctor? Can y'all give me his name? We've seen people, right, Brandon? Stella Emanuel had her stuff snatched immediately. That one doctor just died. What's his name? Rashad or something? Thank you. 6'7". Rasheed Butler. Thank you. Dr. Butler. Thank you. Now, when he was talking, they took him out. So my question is, why is this guy, third eye blind guy, why is this guy not being messed with? Doesn't make any sense. You know why? Because it ain't real. Because when it's real, they're not going to play with you. I got a letter in the mail and it said, from Chase, we are letting you know that we are closing all of your accounts. I'm like, what the heck? I call up Chase. Dude say verbatim, the computer told us to do it. The computer told us to do it. So again, I just got demonetized on Instagram for telling men to wait till marriage. So how does that get me demonetized? And this man is saying, y'all got all this melanin, all these powers, all this stuff. He get to walk away scot-free because it ain't real. That's why. Because it's not real. If it was real, he wouldn't be able to say it. And he wouldn't be able to say it and make no money off of it. He might can say it without no money. You're not finna get rewarded. Kaya says third eye guy supposedly with all the answers to health. Meanwhile, Dr. Butler got taken out for pushing people towards health. Exactly. Who's the one lady, y'all? She was the first like anti-jab person that was popular. I think she wrote a book and she ended up getting taken out too. She was found dead in her house. She was documenting this and she left. And I don't know why she came back to the house, but came back to the house, said it was moving stuff around, cutting power off. I forgot her name. I forgot her name. But that one lady, I forgot her name. She's a very popular woman, anti-jab woman. She had black hair, very popular. It took her out too. Is it Kirsten W? Is that her? Let me see. Is it Kirsten? Yeah, she's white. No, I don't think that's her. Need a last name. No, this lady. No, this lady was bigger than her. This lady used to speak everywhere, and she was documenting how they was coming to her house, moving stack, just doing all kind of stuff. Anyway, let's play it again.
And then when they turning them up, they don't even have their organs.
You know what's more expensive than gold? It's that melanin our people are voluntarily eradicating. Wake up.
Melanin is more expensive than gold right now per gram. $463 a gram. You see what I'm saying? So look, check this out. So 460, you have 150 trillion cells in your body. Each trillion cells in your body have melanin particles and melanin fragments in it. You are a walking gazillionaire.
God damn.
So look, so now it makes sense why we coming up missing. We're coming up missing, and we missing the organs that have most of the melanin in it. You have more melanin in your heart and in your internal organs than you have in your skin, and they are taking it, man. That's why you see we are missing. Where's all the black men going? Have y'all ever Googled the statistics of how many black women get abducted and they never find them a year? Like, y'all should whip out y'all phones and start looking up this stuff, man. It will blow your mind. Start
Everybody
testing what I'm saying.
Everybody has melanin, and everybody has missing people. Y'all want to look it up? Y'all want to look up how many folks go missing every year? Y'all want to look it up? He said go to Google, right? Let's go to Google. Let's go. Let's look up how many people go missing. How many Americans go missing each year? Every year, about 600,000 persons are reported missing in the United States. California tops the list with 2,133 missing persons reported, followed by Florida with 1,252, and Texas with 1,246. So that means the top states are California, Florida, and Texas. Those combined are less than 5,000. So that means the other 595,000 persons missing are spread out throughout the United States. That means people going missing every single day. Let's look up how many white people go missing every year. How many white people go missing? Number of missing persons files in the United States in 2021. Who do you think has the highest number of missing persons? Who do you think? Oh, you said not Butler, but Buttar. Rashid Buttar. My bad. Oh, you said Sherry is her name, not Kirsten. Okay. No, it ain't. It's not Sherry Timmy. I'm gonna find it for the next time. I'll find it for you all. She wasn't a doctor. She was not a doctor. She was not a doctor. I don't know why this. Okay, but let me. Okay, so now the amount of people on record that were missing in 2021. Let me go to this real quick. I'm gonna go here. In 2021, there were 249,000 cases filed by the NCIC where the race of the reported missing was white. In the same year, 18,549 people were missing whose race was unknown. So they've been keeping track since 1990. And they have seen, hold on, it says, fortunately, the number of NCIC missing persons files has been steadily decreasing since 1998. The number of missing persons has been decreasing since 1998. Now, he told me to go to Google. I went to Google and it says that there were, in 2021, 305,249,000 cases reported of missing white people. There were 177,530 reported cases of missing persons that were black. 18,500 unknown, 10,800 Asian, 9,500 Indian. There's one group missing that is the Hispanics. I don't know why the Hispanics aren't represented here. Maybe because they don't go missing. I don't know. It seems odd. So he told us to go to Google. We went to Google and we find that white people have people missing the most. But we also find that it's been decreasing since 1998. I don't know his name on IG. Y'all know this guy's name? I don't know his name. He's very popular on IG though. He got one of them funny names, one of them names that when you say it, you conjure up an ancestor. He got one of them names, I don't know. Rena Bina said, I want to unfollow him. Okay, Kaya says that he's Yaki Awakened. Okay, somebody said on here too, Yaki Awakened. Okay, yeah, Yaki Awakened. But anyway, my point is that he said go to Google and we find that the numbers have been going down since 98, and the total number of cases reported last year was 177 for black people and 305,000 for white people. And those are reported cases. We don't know how many of those people was possibly found. Those are reported cases. So half of those could have returned back home. We don't know. Like half of them could have died. We don't know because there's no context. It's just reported cases. One more. And then I'll be done for today. Be back on Wednesday.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Nigga, like that kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Nigga. Yeah. So. No, I don't like it, obviously. Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
So this young lady has Tourette's. Okay, so let me go back to this. So basically it says that 404,000 are found, and so there's 4,400 identified bodies discovered every year. 600,000 people are declared missing in every year. That means only 0.73% of people who go missing are found and unable to be identified. The others are either found or they are not. A large portion of missing are found immediately, according to NAMA. So most people get found immediately. So you in 2012, for example, we had 661,000 cases of missing persons, and that's just from 1 year. Very quickly, 659,000 of those were canceled. So in 2012, out of the 661,000 cases that were missing persons, 659,000 cases of those were canceled. So roughly 2,000 in 2012 were just missing outright. The rest of them were canceled, meaning they were solved. And they even said we had 2,079 cases that remain unsolved at the end of the year in 2012. So again, all this missing person stuff is they kind of, I don't know. He said go to Google though. He said go to Google. So I'm using his source. So again, almost 99% of the people that get reported missing get found again. But this young lady has Tourette's, and Black folks are not sympathetic to her disease and her illness. Let's play it again.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
Listen.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
Sega! Remember that commercial for Sega? Hold on. Now, a lot of people that have Tourette's say bad words. Keena says, I believe that's a demon, it's spiritual. I believe it's spiritual too. I just think that the demon is saying, using the N-word because it's going to cause the most controversy, and it's just crazy, but I don't know if she's trolling. I don't know if this is a joke. It seems like a joke, but let's watch it again and see if it's real.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
Yo. Why in the first clip they show the black dude walking and he turned around real quick? Y'all can't see it on IG, but on YouTube they can see it.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
But this is my thing, right? If a person can say curse words through Tourette's, they say bad words through Tourette's, then why is the N-word off limits? Why would Tourette's pick and choose the words to be used? Like that's like, come on now. It's possible that she has Tourette's and she is saying the N-word. Because Tourette's ain't gonna say, okay, only bad words that deal with sex. Only bad words that no. Tourette's gonna be Tourette's. So if you got a word in your head, it's gonna come out. But I don't think it's real. I mean, it seems like a joke, but I just went to the video comments, and black folks are livid at this. I'm talking about so upset. I'm laughing at it though. Do one more time.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. I sometimes say what I'm thinking about them, but I don't mean it, kind of thing. Like that, kind of. But I'm not racist, and I just can't help it, and I feel really guilty afterwards. Yeah, so. No, I don't like it, obviously.
Could you imagine a person that really had this? Like she couldn't go to school. Like just imagine. Oh man, hold up. It wouldn't have been that as bad back then. But if that happened today in 2023, if your Tourette's was the N-word, could you imagine? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, she wouldn't even make it. You know, they probably would have burned her house. Oh, it didn't listen. She wouldn't have made it. Her house would have been burnt down. You would have seen the black version of the KKK dealing with her.
Sorry, God. I don't want to do that. Sometimes.
Hold up. Why did she say it to the black guy? He turned around, she said, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Listen, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. I'm talking about hilarious. It's hilarious. Six Seven Podcast says, imagine if she slept on the bus and missed her stop in the burbs and kept going past them train tracks. Could you imagine? Oh my goodness. Just imagine, you know how the HBCUs are woke, right? So the HBCUs want to be so woke that they want to, have white students at a school. So she has disability and they say, ooh, we got a good one. She's white. She has disability. She wants to come here. This is perfect. And imagine they give this girl a scholarship to go to an HBCU and she's doing this all day on campus. Could you, oh my goodness. I would love to see it. Oh my goodness. God is our awesome defender says if she was in the States, she would trigger the whole black community. They wouldn't care that she had a condition. Oh, I know. But just imagine, the schools are woke and they give this girl a scholarship to go to school. And then here goes the beauty of it. They give her the scholarship and she give them a million niggas for the first semester. And then they tell her she can't come back. She turns around and she's school. Let's do it like this. Say she gets a scholarship to Howard. She's white, disabled. She's a woman. Checks off all the boxes, or most of them. She gets on campus. She's the N-word for the whole first semester, making the whole campus uncomfortable. They're staging walkouts. They're staging protests. Jesse Jackson done been up there. Al Sharpton done been up there. Benjamin Crump done been up there. Black students are being hospitalized because they've been heard the word nigga so much. It's just like faculty and staff like threatening to quit. Like all this stuff is going on at Howard because they got this girl in the school, and then they tell the girl that she can't come to the school anymore, but they don't tell the girl themselves because they too scared. They tell Joe Biden does it. Joe Biden and Kamala go to the campus with the White House press secretary. They all go to campus and tell the girl she can't come back to the school anymore because her disease is racist or her illness is racist. Then she turns around and she sues Howard. Then she turns around and sues Howard for $100 million, right? Then at the press conference to talk about how she was, vindicated for being wrongfully kicked out of school, she proceeds to get him a whole bunch of niggas in the press conference, and she's going to go cash a check. To me, that would be it'd be a great movie. I think it would be a great movie. I don't know. I think it'd be a great movie. Right. Hospitalized due to ninja overexposure. Right. Crazy. But anyway, I love y'all. I thank y'all so much. Thank you, Sneakerhead, for the super sticker. And thank you, Bina, I think. Thank you, Rita Bina, for super sticker. Thank you so much. But listen, I love y'all. Yeah, it will make a great skit. I really want to listen, man. I really want to do some skits, but I want to do that skit first. I want to do that skit with that girl with that Tourette's. I want that skit first. That got to be the first skit. And it got to be a two-part series like Clayton Bigsby. It got to be maybe a three-part skit. We got to see her go through high school, get the scholarship, go to Howard, get the check. We got to see all of it. So yeah, that'd be a great skit. But listen, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. Yeah, let's do it, 6-7. Let's do it. Oh, it'd be hilarious. I'm talking about it'd be so freaking hilarious. Oh my God. Be interviewing black folks. They'd be like, I can't take it no more. I had a flashback. I had a slavery flashback. I thought I was on a planet. Like, just imagine black folks, they'll make up an ailment. Black folks suffering from plantationitis, where they didn't heard the word so much to where now they feel like they slaves. You're going to see black folks on campus walking around trying to pick cotton. Listen, it would be an excellent skit, man. Excellent. I think we should do it. But listen, y'all, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in today. I will be back on Wednesday. Sorry for the mess up in the beginning with the videos. I'll be able to start on time on Wednesday because I got my videos already stored. So, yeah, y'all have a blessed evening. Nigga-itis regression syndrome. Right. This is crazy. Like, but listen, I love y'all. Thank y'all so much. And I will see y'all on Wednesday.